Welcome back to CK Midwest Models. My monster came in. I think this is the largest Anycubic personal resin printer that Anycubic makes. It's the M3 Max, and this thing is huge. It weighs about 63 pounds, and it's tall, it's wide, and it's deep. So we're going to get into it right now, but if you like this and all the other videos that's been going on here at CK Midwest Models, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell, and let's get unpacking. The best way to do this is cut the cardboard off with a sharp utility knife along the edges. When you get done, there is going to be a steel frame around it, which I did not show you, but it just takes an Allen wrench to take them apart, and that kind of guards all the corners. So what you had now is like three stacked tier of foam, and looks like the bottom is where the base is at. Up on top, way up on top, we have all our parts that we're going to be needing. Up on top are the essentials you're going to be needing. You got your build plate, you have your vat, you have your resin cup, and you also have your resin spout. This is for the self-loading resin. It'll load the vat up continuously as you're printing. And underneath this part right here is where you got the bolts and the electric wire and all the other paraphernalia, bolts and everything you're going to be needing. I first took the build plate out in the vat, and just like the monster it is, these are very heavy and very large. The build plate still has the adjustment screws on it, and the vat has got the flexible film on it, which is always great instead of the stiff, tight, clear film that there was on it before. I put a dollar bill on there so you can see the size of them. They are monsters as well as the machine. Second piece of foam you're going to find inserted there is the cardboard box that has all the small stuff in it. The tubes for the resin fill, your hold downs for your vat, and of course your gloves and your mask and instructions, and miscellaneous putty knives to pry stuff off. After we lift those big chunks of foam off, we have our main base, we have our vat loading mechanism there, and we also have a very large support for our build plate, and as you can see, it's strapped in real good. It was packaged very, very well. There should be no damage. It should work just fine. Now, after I got it all unstrapped and out of the foam holder, I laid it down on my desk, and that's what it is. First thing you got to do is put the resin cup holder on. That's just the bolts, and that's going to hold your resin for your automatic fill. That is an option on this thing. One of the very nice options on this is that this is a two-part cover. The back part is bolted in place on these brackets, and this is the only part of the printer that I did not like. Now this back is bolted in 4 brackets with 2 bolts apiece. The problem I had with it, because the bolts could not get started because the holes were not tapped for the screws. So I had to go out and buy a tap and then self-tap them myself, and then after that, it worked just great. But it is a great option. Then once we get it plugged in, we'll get it on, and you can see that this is the same as any other one with a print system and tools. All the other Anycubics run by the same thing. One thing though that we need to look for and watch for. There's a new icon on this menu, and it is the automatic fill icon. This needs to be turned on, and the way you turn it on is to click that button, and that X will go away, and your resin will start pouring into the vat and keep it full for you as you're printing. But remember, you need to have the vat hooked up with a fresh bottle in the back with all the tubes in place. The instructions just show you how to hook all them tubes up, and then you're ready to go. And you also do the same way you do with every one of them. Hit the print and select what print you want to print, and then once you've selected it, you'll have to hit the print number to say go. And don't forget, hit that like button and that subscribe button, and also that notification bell. And we got one coming up. I'm going to show you what you could do with some very large prints or even some small prints and make them into large prints and save you a lot of time to get your print ready to print. Thank you, everybody. See you next time around.